segment of Daytime Buffalo is sponsored by Wings Flights of Hope. Joining us now for this week's Hope Rises segment with a possum initiative through a local law firm is our friend Kate Glazer. Welcome, Kate. Tell us who you brought in today.
Well, we have Morty here. He is wearing his cute little Valentine costume here. So Morty is on set. We also have Sydney from Awesome Paws Rescue, and we have Carolyn from Fromen Injury Law, and we're talking about the Adopt a Pup initiative through Fromen Cares.
I love it. Alrighty, Carolyn, we'll start with you. Tell us more about Fromen Injury Law and your community engagement initiative.
Yeah, so Fromen Injury Law is a small personal injury firm in the Amherst area. Fromen Cares is our initiative to give back to the community. Community and family is very important to our firm, and it's our way of giving back to a community that has done so much for us. And yeah.
Okay, and let's get into the Adopt a Dog program and its importance for rescues like Awesome Paws Rescue.
Yeah, well, like I said, we're all about family, and there's so many dogs out there that are, God bless you, Morty, that are in need of adoption and that need a family, so it just makes sense for us to try and connect them and get them their forever home.
Alrighty, Sydney, tell us more about Morty and why people are going to fall in love with him.
Oh my gosh, he's the best dog. I call these his 2 hole punches on his back. I think his spots are so fun. He's a lover at the end of the day. He just wants to lay on the couch with you, under the blankets preferably. I think there's a world where he can get along with cats. He's highly trainable. He's really responsive to training. So I think he's perfect for just about anyone.
Okay.
He's a lover.
About how old do you think he is?
We think he's about 6, but he does have some teeth damage. So I think there's room for wiggle room there.
Okay.
He might be a little younger, a little older, but he's spry. He's got a lot of energy.
And have you been personally fostering him?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
So how has it been with him? Do you have other animals in the house?
Yes, I do have 2 cats. They're separated for the most part, but some of the days I'll have him come into my bedroom and lay on the bed with them, and they'll tolerate him in that aspect. And if he's, getting excited near them, he's trainable. He responds to no, and yeah, so he's good with other dogs though as well, little dogs especially. Some bigger dogs he's a little bit nervous and weary of, just like anyone else would be, but for the most part, I just had a little dog over the weekend. I was house sitting and they got along great. So
Okay.
yeah, he loves other dogs.
How do you think he'd be with kids?
He is so good with kids. He's patient. He'll roll over on his belly for them. He's the perfect dog for a kid.
Okay. Seems like he'd be a great fit for a lot of different types of families.
Yeah.
But Carolyn, let's talk a little bit more about why and how community partnerships like this really align with Fromen Injury Law and what your mission is.
Yeah, so like I said, we're all about community and family, and our job, our passion is to help our clients, individuals, and families get back on their feet after something traumatic happens to them. And in my opinion, like our partnership with Awesome Paws kind of is just in line with those values, except it's 4 paws we're helping instead of 2 feet. But
Now, Kate, how many dogs have actually been successfully adopted through this program?
Yeah, it's been very successful for Fromen Injury Law and for Awesome Paws. So 4 dogs have been adopted.
That's
and
great.
That means that every single month Fromen sponsors the adoption fee.
Okay.
So Morty essentially would be a free dog, right? The adoption would be covered. He was the only dog that was not adopted in our program, so that's why we wanted to feature him today. He was our sponsored pup in January. This month we are sponsoring Jewel, but we're also extending to Morty as well.
Okay.
So Fromen Injury Law is just so generous to be able to do this for these very deserving dogs. So hopefully we can get Morty a home.
Absolutely. He seems like such a sweetie. He's looking for his forever home. And if a viewer right now is watching and thinks that they could be the right home for him, how should they contact you guys?
Yeah, you can apply through Awesome Paws. I think it's just awesomepaws.com. The application fee, there's no application fee. It's free to apply. We'll check some references and make sure you'd be a good home for Morty. But apply, and then we'll be in contact. If you have other animals, we would do a home visit just to make sure that the 2 animals or more would get along. But once you're approved, you can take Morty as soon as possible. We'd love to get him into his forever home as soon as possible. He deserves it.
Absolutely. He absolutely does. And thank you so much for Fromen for doing this, not only for this
Yeah.
rescue, but for these animals. Viewers, if you'd like to learn more about the Fromen Cares and their community engagement initiatives, just visit fromenlaw.com, and you can apply for Morty and see other animals that are adoptable and available at Awesome Paws Rescue by visiting awesomepawsrescue.org. This segment is sponsored by Wings Flight of Hope. Thanks again for coming in, ladies.
Thank you.
You too, Morty.